So this is what we wanted to do for it. It's just the first hybrid lager that we've done.
Okay. Well, wait, you okay? Cheers.
Damn, the guy's
so you're last, you made it.
Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to episode 68 of Beer and Other Shit, the podcast. And today we are back in Montreal, no more California. We're here at BreWskey in Old Port, Montreal, with Guillaume, owner, and Derrick, head brewer. Gentlemen, thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Wonderful establishment.
Yeah, pleasure to have you, man.
It always is. I've been here a couple times over the summer.
Yes.
It's you got a sick patio out there, which I guess is now gone because it's
over.
It's just all ice already, and it's November.
Yeah.
It's been open pretty late this year,
Yeah.
so we consider ourselves quite lucky, actually. So
Yes, the spot for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So this is a really, really cool place. I don't even know where to start because we have a shit ton of beers in front of us right now.
That's what happens,
Then
really.
I know, right? It's afternoon is how we do it.
Yeah.
But I also want to get, so maybe we'll just start with the first beer and then we're going to get into, it's all right, let it go. And we'll get into, I want to hear what a bit more about this place and stuff like that. So we're going to start with this guy, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, tell us about this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the Oktobrewskey. We pulled this out for the every year we do something for Oktoberfest.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is really good, guys. Nice and clear.
Yeah, the whole point of it was to
malty.
make something we can drink out of a stein, pretty much. So we
Nice.
wanted to have something nice and drinkable, a bit more malty for the fall season starting. Hybrid lager in the sense that we can where we brew, we can't really make full lagers, so we do something a hybrid base where we start fermentation high, crash it down low, bring it back high again near the end, like at a higher temperature. So that we can make a lager style beer in about 2 weeks instead of doing the full.
Right.
We adapt.
Yeah,
Right.
we adapt the brewing to where we actually.
So that's what it is. It's the actual restriction of the physical
Exactly.
place where you brew. So so this is technically a brew pub. There's no actual brewing equipment on premises. Is that correct?
No, exactly. So unfortunately, this is not our fault. Obviously, we want to brew on site. If you check the place out, you'll see that it's quite small.
Cozy, I would call it.
Yeah. It's small and cozy.
Yes.
But no, definitely can brew on site, obviously, because we want to have people instead of machines sometimes.
Of course. More important.
So
you got the kitchen too. So
yeah, definitely. And these guys are a machine behind the
of
the
course,
kitchen.
behind the grill.
That's for sure. But definitely wanted to brew on site. Now the pub was perfect for us. We have a good option to brew out there,
Right.
with Brasserie Brewery.
Where's that?
It's in Griffintown, west of Griffintown. So,
Okay. I think you told me about that one time. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
outside of Montreal, pretty much. Like in
Oh, I
that
know exactly
region,
where it is. Right. That
It's
hood.
pretty much in front of it, kind of.
Right. Is that so? They're a brewery that has extra space, or is that a contract? Like
They do contracts.
like Ashlag.
Type of thing.
Right.
It might be a little smaller. If you've been to Ashlag, I don't think it's it
That's-
does
I have
look like,
been,
yeah. But the fact that we wanted to start their few beers, the purpose of this of our association here in this business was to brew on the part of Derrick, obviously. We found this place and we kind of took over a lot of tanks over there. We can tell.
Nice.
Well, because the customers are around, so and they seem to appreciate the product, so we do brew a lot more these days.
I can tell, like looking at, so you guys do a bit of a mix. I was looking at the board up here.
Yep.
So you guys have a mix of your own beers plus guest taps,
Definitely,
which is super cool. So would you consider yourself a brew pub or a beer bar in that case?
A brew pub, kind of. A lot of places in around Montreal do this nowadays. They call themselves either brew pubs or Brasserie Artisanale. Where they just contract like pretty much anybody that's at my brasserie or people that are doing that style, just because it comes limit a little bit the initial investment. There are also just space requirements and a bunch of stuff.
Especially, I mean, craft beer. It's not super new, but we were still 2 years and a half ago in this new wave of opening up breweries.
So it was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And we actually thought, you know what, that might be actually the idea.
Right.
There's nothing
Bring
like
something new.
us in there.
Right.
Well, we should bring that to the old pub. And I guess that's what made the success of this pub is like finding in a touristy area, which is a little less nowadays because there's a new condos.
Yeah, true.
A neighborhood pub.
Right.
Good
And-
food, good booze, fair prices.
Yeah.
That's
Has it
that
become
was, yeah. That's our that's what we wanted to create. A pub where we wanted to go.
Right.
I didn't want to go to the old port for that, but
No, of course
now
not.
you have a place.
Yes. That's perfect. What was this place before then? Was it already like a restaurant of some sort?
Yes. It used to be a bar at the beginning. The guy was selling a lot of whiskeys, if I remember well. Then he wanted to switch to a fine cuisine place. Obviously, looking at the neighborhood and the restaurant there is out there,
Right.
tough competition. Anyway, we had the opportunity to actually buy the place, and that was perfect.
Fantastic. I mean, this is pretty cool because it's in that. What's this building called above us?
The Marché Bon Secours.
Yeah, like that's a super historical
Yes.
spot, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, it's a
It used to be the market where people would bring on ships the food, alcohol,
just up to
probably.
trade. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And it's we're proud to be part of this historical part of the city for sure, man. We try to play around with it as well.
No,
It's actually city owned. It's not privately owned. It's owned by the city. And
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Did you guys you able to purchase this, or you have to sort of like rent?
No, you rent it.
I was going to say because it is owned
it's
by
owned by
that.
the city.
Yeah, it's very little tougher, right? Okay, sick. So like, where does the name come from then? Like, how did the whole idea
man.
and the concept
Man,
for?
these
can you guys-
questions are tough, man.
I know, right?
We've been
Throwing them all at you.
it's not that tough.
It's not that tough. That's right.
How to get the name's a bit harder. Just mostly what we figured out is because Guillaume's a whiskey guy, I'm a beer guy, and we were just trying to find a way to put a name together that was gonna work.
Oh, really?
So
Just get it now, BreWskey.
Hence why the W.
The
is
W's
bigger.
capitalized.
So it's
Nice.
brew and whiskey. So BreWskey.
That's really
And that's
good.
why you see the SKEY at the end.
Yeah.
Because there's two ways to write down whiskey. The American way or the Irish.
Yeah,
or
is that the way
Scot-
with like
I
if
don't
the
know,
country has?
I don't know. They hate each
thing?
other, so that's probably. No, so yeah, some of them just spell with a Y in the end.
Right.
Some of them with EY. We're in North America. It's EY, and it makes sure that you understand that the WSKEY is for whiskey too. So
Right. That's sick. I had no clue.
and the BreWskies, like the beer.
Of course,
And
yeah. It's kind of worked out.
Well, I
pretty
didn't
well.
know that. I'm,
Oh, you know that?
No.
I guess it's
I'm,
the English thing,
I'm
right?
an old European.
Yeah. People don't say that here.
And I haven't heard it too
Not
much.
so English Canadians do.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
70
Like
years
a-
old English Canadian.
Yeah, 67. Yeah, I guess. Like my parents used to say BreWskey, or either really Quebecer people will say like possible and BreWskey, or like
Oh, really?
the only ones will kind of do it, but not so much. It's not general knowledge.
Right.
You get a lot more people that are coming from Ontario that find.
I was
that
gonna
find
say.
it interesting.
They find it weird because I swear they say it in Ontario.
They say it, yes, but it's written different, like SKI. Like the real way is.
Oh, I see what
SKI,
you mean.
BreWskey.
Yeah. True. Like the
They're
slang
just
way.
like throwing ski everywhere.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
gross.
right? Everything's a ski. Fucking anglophones, right? Am I right? It make me sick.
Fine.
So, how did you guys get into the point where you wanted to start a pub? Like, you guys, what's the story from both sides?
So the funny story is the third partner who's not around here, Karine. She's actually working. We're drinking. Sorry, Karine. But someone has to work.
Hey, this is technically working.
Yeah. So I was working in an Irish pub for years.
Okay.
I was the whiskey wizard, I would say.
Right.
Building up like some whiskey tasting and stuff. And she was working. She was a manager at Guido and Angelina at that time, I think.
Okay.
And she would bring the whole staff to this Irish pub, which is the old Dublin, the Vieux du Blanc. And we would all drink together, obviously. And we would start talking about, I want to open a place. I want to open a place too. And we're like, nah, whatever. She's probably not really thinking
serious,
it.
yeah.
Probably thought the same about me. We didn't know each other very well, but we started talking about it more and more. And working over there, I knew I think I can do better. I think I can do better than what I see around.
Right.
And I realized I think I can do better with these guys, because when I met Derrick, I was a craft beer drinker, but not as crazy as what's going on right now.
Right.
it's I'm lucky, but it's a curse as well because you want to try everything.
It's a problem.
And now you can create something. It's even worse because
Yeah,
you
no,
wanna
you guys
create
are limited
everything
now.
to drink everything.
guys are
But here we were talking about it, and it was a little abstract.
Right.
And well, we'll just talk about it, and then we started looking for places and stuff. It finally happened, and it was a bit surreal for me at the beginning. I don't know about you, but I wasn't sure. And then keep on going.
Just head down and just
Yeah,
next thing.
That's
and all of a sudden here we are.
I don't think we haven't we still head down right now.
Yeah.
We haven't taken the time to actually see what's going on. I
Like
think.
step back and just be like, God damn,
Maybe
look what
not.
we've done.
Well, I mean, you're here right now, so we can do that.
Yeah, you can. Like this is
That's good.
That's what I'm
I like
here
it.
for. That's what I'm here for.
I'll see you next week.
Make it a regular thing. How did you get into how did you start brewing?
University, I started just brewing because it was cheaper to make beer
Than
than
to
buy
buy
beer.
it. That's the general story how it goes.
I love cooking, so I got really into the chemistry and just everything about making beer. And after that, I think anybody who homebrews after a few batches just wants to start their own brewery, wants to start something. So I did that for a while, started working. I didn't like my job and just started wanting to find something to do instead. And then I started working as a consulting engineer in breweries.
Right.
So then after, even then I was still always looking for something to do, told myself...
So what is that? What's that job? A consulting engineer?
well, I'm a mechanical engineer.
Right, so
and-
you would actually be looking at the physical equipment,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
the beer side.
So I
Sick.
do a lot of either new breweries or brewery expansions, and what I told myself is that if I do it myself, I'm going to do a lot of errors. So if I may as well learn how to do it for somebody else, get
Right.
paid to do it, and then when I can do it myself, it's going to be
What's
it's gonna
going
be
on.
free.
Smart man.
Tricky guy there. Huh?
Yeah, thinking ahead. I like
So
that.
I did that for a while. I've been consulting like that for I think 8 years now.
Damn. Do you
And,
still do it?
pardon?
Do you still do it
Yeah, I
on the
still
side?
do it. Still do it on the side. And then really we still wanted to open up a place to actually do my own beer, and that's where it led us to here.
That's sick. All right, that's fucking fantastic. Should we go to the next one?
Oh, definitely, man. I was waiting for you to.
I know. I'm looking at everyone's glasses in there. So let's do it. This one, I assume.
This one definitely on the left side there is going to be our main seller for sure, which is the Kilogramme, our
Yes.
IPA.
IPA.
Yeah, Kilogramme name's coming from the
How much
the
hops in there or
recipe.
something?
Yeah, definitely. It's a kilogram of hops every 100-liter beer. I want to make sure I'm checking on him just
Yeah,
to like,
he's looking-
just
he's
like
looking-
noting
yeah.
I'm good.
That's what it is.
Don't mess it up.
So yeah. We wanted a very a lot of hops in there.
Yeah, it looks like a little
Cheers, bud.
opaque. It smells fantastic. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
That's great. Fruity, bitter. It's like kind of West Coast style.
Yeah, definitely.
Creamy still. Nice mouthfeel.
Uh-huh.
A little piney.
No milk in there, nothing.
No
like
lactose
that.
or nothing?
Yeah.
That was before people started putting
great.
lactose and vanilla.
Yeah, it's such a
stuff.
strange, yet really cool.
We were talking about that last time. Actually,
Yeah.
we're like, that's funny how people like wanted to eliminate the lactose.
From diets.
Can't do that anymore. Can't do that. And there's this big wave coming toward us, like milkshake
IPAs and, like,
we can't drink
It's
orange
very
juice.
good, though. Don't get me wrong. But it's funny how it's
weird.
changes all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not drink orange juice anymore. There's too much sugar, but let's throw lactose
In everything.
in everything.
I think it's not. You guys are going to correct me if I'm wrong. Is it because lactose is one of the only sugars that doesn't ferment? Therefore, it
It's
doesn't.
the only it's one of the forms of sugars. All the
One of them, sorry.
all the fake sugars don't really ferment either.
Right, like
In the sense that
dextrose.
if you,
and that bullshit.
dextrose. Will
No, not
fully
dextrose.
ferment.
Sorry, the fucking.
But if you put stevia, you could like
Thank
if
you.
you want to put a sweetness, but it lactose has a texture to it, has
Right.
a certain mouthfeel to it, and it doesn't ferment. Yeah.
I guess I'm just trying to get a gauge of how the audience is for your specific location for this place to something kind of like it's not crazy, but it's sort of like a little out of the norm. You know,
Yeah.
like just like milkshakes or,
Well, I
like
mean-
gozes or Berliners
Yeah.
or something that might be.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell is this? Like the average person who's used to drinking, not coolest people, but like early craft beer noobs type of thing.
some.
Yeah, like how do they respond to stuff?
It's funny because when we open up, we didn't know who would show up. We projected to have a lot of tourists, obviously, because you're in the old port.
'Cause where you are,
Now there's
yeah.
a lot more people living in the area as well,
Yes.
and we have a lot of Montrealers. Not as much as I wanted to,
Okay.
but
They'll get there.
Yeah, but at the same time, at the beginning, people were like, "Okay, where's the Coors Light. Here is the Miller. All right, let me
People say
explain.
that, eh?
Let me explain.
Right.
So, but we're at a point now that people they know exactly why they're here.
Right.
We know it's craft beer. We've heard about you. You're on this blog. You're blah blah blah. So, and what's funny about it is like we might be a little more famous in the States than in Montreal.
Right. Why is that? Like maybe harder to
Tourists, I guess.
Okay.
Tourists
A lot
and
of
people.
Yeah.
People coming here that are beer fans. They're looking to obviously get into a brew pub. What's going on here? What is the craft beer? They go on Google. They write on craft beer in the area. That's going to be us.
You guys were number one on something. Yeah, I saw you
On
post the other
TripAdvisor,
day.
yeah.
TripAdvisor. That's sick.
yeah.
Congrats, man. That's great.
Yeah, for pubs.
That's a huge
Yeah, yeah.
look. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
it's
a
fantastic.
really like tourism boost because people do go best
Yeah.
best
Yeah,
brews
yeah.
in Montreal or whatever, and they'll see that.
I don't think people see each other as competition.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
it.
it's a major
That's-
part of it. People like the community, like the movement, like that. That if you're telling somebody how they do a product that they really enjoy, that means that they're going to step up, and if they step up, that means everybody steps up.
Right.
There's a lot of that going around.
That might be the reason why Quebec is actually one of the leader of experimenting on beers. I think.
Right.
Seriously, I know I respect like the big time what the Americans are doing, and they're professional in IPA. I mean, IPAs down there are fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, if you want a larger panel of beers and crazy stuff, it's gonna come from Quebec. Seriously, maybe I'm
Yes
a little
and no.
too much. In
Hey, no, no, it's like
But
it's
regulations
valid,
are the only reason why Quebec is
It's
not
changing.
crazier. And slowly it's
It's
just
changing.
slow move. The states compared to like the states can do anything.
So when
Yeah.
you're referring to regulations, are you referring to us not being able to get beers from anywhere else, or are you referring to us?
like
Different levels.
Spontaneous fermentation.
Yeah.
Oh, like actual like
Yeah, yeah.
production.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the production wise, because like
can't do that?
spontaneous, we can
You
now.
can
That
now.
hasn't
If
been
you,
long.
thank you,
We mean like
Francis,
cool ships?
Francis Jonca from
Yeah, from Pic
Pic Caribou. Met that changed a lot.
Really?
And yeah, it was
So
a
hold on,
leader
you
in that.
can't, you couldn't do. Excuse my ignorance.
No.
You couldn't have a cool ship in Quebec
You couldn't do spontaneous
at all.
You had to legally inoculate. You had to put some yeast inside of it.
What?
So you can cheat by putting like one speck and say like
There was
that's
the
fermenting.
RACG, yeah, it's
Is
a
this
regulation. It's supposed to protect the customers, which I understand. Now the limitation that brings to a brewer is like horrible.
Yeah.
Definitely, but it's slowly changing. I would say
that's good.
there's been another big point that the brewers and the beer aficionados have been working on is growler and crawlers. I mean,
Yes.
it hasn't been long that we're now allowed to grab growlers and bring that home.
Can I ask about that actually? I've always been curious about Quebec specifically. Like Tiff's from Toronto, where we lived there first, so we've been here 5 years. So
We still love you guys.
hey, and we've been here long. I was in Toronto 2 years and in Montreal 5, so go to rep. So my thing when I go to Toronto, one of my favorite things is to be able to go to a brew pub, have a flight, talk to some people, and then go to the fridge and go, cool, I'm going to take these 10 models home. I come to Montreal, I can't do that anywhere except I haven't been, but my brasserie apparently
Yeah.
has that, but literally that's the only place
You
I'm
could do it
aware
to
of.
anywhere now
So-
that either has that has growlers on location, but anybody who brews on location is allowed to do it now.
So that's changed.
That's changed in the past year. It's only been
So that's just for growlers and crowlers,
Yes.
as opposed to pre-bottled or canned.
yeah, exactly.
So what's the I just like because I've
You have
talked
to have a
people-
shop on the side.
So it would be a separate entity with
Yeah.
a separate.
Yeah,
like,
we
door or
won't
some
get
shit.
into the details otherwise. I mean, even the city doesn't know
Oh yeah, okay.
the exact.
That's that.
I'll be honest with you, that's tough. We've been talking to them, and we all want to sell growlers to go bottles that, but it's very complex, kind of obscure at the same time. But that what we know and what's a big win right now because it actually opens the door to much more is that you're allowed to sell crowler and growlers to go if you brew on site.
So-
if the fermentation, technically, if the fermentation is on site,
Then you can
that's
do it.
you're allowed
It's
to.
only fermentation that's important.
I know we've had empty glasses for a while. This one?
Yes, definitely. So
What is this bad boy? It's cold brew.
Yes,
It's so, oh wow, it smells like espresso shot right there.
definitely. That's exactly what's in it.
Yes. What do you actually use cold brew? So actually like
Yeah,
Yep.
that's-
What coffee did you use?
Central Paul, Montreal, Torrefaction.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
So made about 55 liters of cold brew to mix into
To do that,
1,000 liter
55.
batch.
Damn, that's pretty strong.
So if you're a good mathematician, you're going to understand that there's going to be
There's a lot of coffee in this.
There's a lot of coffee in there.
All right.
Sorry, boys. So, Yoga, thank you guys for having us today. Really
no
appreciate
problem,
it. Where can we find you guys online? So, people want to check out where you are, follow you on social. What's going on? What's that at?
So obviously it's going to be www.brewski.ca.
Be it Untapped or Facebook or the other ones, it's always just Pub Brews. That's as easy as that.
And there's and obviously a lot of stuff are coming our ways. Probably 2018.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, by the time
soon,
you hear
I
it, so it's going to be, I think, around January. So, definitely come down. It's on, what's the street?
think. St. Paul.
St. Paul. It's on St. Paul,
St.
in
Paul
Old Port,
East.
Montreal. It's gorgeous. It's in that big ass, the
Marché
Marché
Bonsecours.
Bonsecours building with the big ass like dome on the roof. Come see the guys. So that's it. If you enjoyed the podcast, chuck us a thumbs up on YouTube. Hit subscribe, which I've been pointing the left nipple. It's actually the right nipple, right down here. Around this part, just head right on south, guys. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and everywhere else you get your talkie audio. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. That's it, guys. Get it in ya. Cheers.